Hello friends, Father Scott Vanderveer here with some thoughts on how to determine where our treasure should be headed whenever we're thinking about our donations as people of faith. A lot of folks feel overwhelmed by the decision to give from our resources to charities because it's hard to know which charity is a good one and which is not. What is a cause that is worthy of us making sacrifices in order to sustain? And one of the things we can do to calm our minds, but also to show that we've done our due diligence, is to look into the reputation of each of the charities that we're thinking of giving to. There is an organization called Charity Navigator, which is one of the largest, if not the largest, resource for people who are trying to find out if the charity they are considering giving to is a good cause or not. They look at the way that each organization spends the money that they receive. And one of the things they look for is, do they spend the money on what they say they will? And they also help to identify how big the organization is that is supporting the need. So, for example, some charities have a lot of staff that work in a lot of different departments. And Charity Navigator would help to show whether the size of the bureaucracy, so to speak, around the cause is appropriate for the kind of charity that it is. If there's a charity that has a number of executives making six-figure salaries, well, then that might be a sign that perhaps it's not the best use of the resources that you have. Or maybe there's a way to, if it is a good charity, but it has a lot of bureaucracy to it, to direct your giving toward an actual cause, to give a restricted gift that's going to go exactly to what you want it to go to, such as the programs that the charity is running, rather than to salaries and overhead for an organization that might be bigger than it maybe needs to be. So one of the things that we can do is pay attention to what our longings, our stirrings are within us for what it feels to me is an important charity to give to. It might be something to do with the environment, or maybe it has something to do with children and uplifting children who are in need. Maybe it has something to do with animals, like the Humane Society. Maybe it has something to do with respecting life throughout the life cycle, from the womb to the tomb. Maybe it has to do with some other specific cause that helps a group of people that you have a particular tenderness for. In an earlier post, I talked about the fact that because I was born on Earth Day, I've always felt that God gave me a special caring about nature and ecology causes. But perhaps you're somebody who wants to give to elders or to infants or to orphans. But whatever it is that has got your heart, that's a really good place to start, because God is the one who puts those passions, those desires inside of us. Then you could go to a charity evaluation tool like Charity Navigator and find out, is this charity the best one among the ones that I could be giving to? And perhaps if you find that your charity has a fairly low rating for one reason or another, you could choose another organization that does the same kind of good work, but does it with a different approach that perhaps is a little more cost-effective or closer to the mission that you have, the desire that you have to give to an organization that really uses resources well and makes a big impact in the lives of those they are serving. For us here at our parish, we know that you care very much about the strength and the future of your parish church. St. Mary's has such a beautiful group of supporters, and I have been so impressed as a new pastor here in seeing just how committed people are to the strength and vitality and the future of the parish. One of the things that would be a great help to St. Mary's, if you are planning to give to the parish as one of your charitable causes, is we would really appreciate it if you would be willing to at least try to become an e-giver. E-giving is the very best way to help the parish, and there's a number of reasons why. The number one thing that helps us when you decide to give through e-giving is that we never miss out on your gift and on your support, even if there's a snowstorm, even if there's a pandemic and church gets canceled for 3 months, as happened last year, even if you go to Florida for 3 months. If you are an e-giver, we know that there is a sustained plan for your giving that is not determined by whether you're in town or out of town, or whether the weather allows you to come to church, or whatever other circumstances might be at play. If you choose to be an e-giver, we know that your donation will reach us no matter what. Another reason that e-giving is so important for us is that you make the decision about your donation from the beginning. You sit down and have a prayerful conversation with the other people in your family, or a prayerful conversation with God directly about what it is that your commitment to the parish ought to be. And so when you do that, and then you say, we're going to give this much on the weekends, the 52 weekends of the year, and we're going to give this much to the second collections that are held for all of the good causes that come up from time to time. When you do that, you are offering us the ability to budget. It allows us to have a budget that we can count on. So often when our finance council is making projections for the year, we're going off of a guess. We're going off of a guess of, well, here's what's happening in the economy, and here's how many people have been coming to church lately, and here's what we think could happen. And all of that is dependent upon so many factors that we have no information about. Whereas if you say, this is what I wish to give, and here's my plan for giving it, and then you allow us to pull that money from your bank account directly, or from a credit card if that's better for you, you are giving us the ability to know exactly how to plan. We know exactly what we will be able to do in this year's budget and what we won't. The last thing that is wonderful about e-giving is that it allows you to have safe records of all of the giving that you do. There's never a missing check. There's never an envelope that you thought was in your purse but wasn't, and so you put cash in, and then that didn't get included in your tax statement at the end of the year. There is never a time that you need to worry who might have gotten their hands on your cash or your check. When you e-give, that is sent directly through the banking system, and there is an electronic footprint, a sign of every part of that transaction journey, so that you can know for sure that your money and your identity is held safe along the highest levels of banking standards. So it's the very best way to give, because we can plan well, we never miss out on your gift no matter what happens, and you can know that you're choosing the safest of all routes to send your money to your parish. We want to make it very easy for you to connect with us, and so we have aligned ourselves with an organization called Faith Direct. It's a remarkable parish service organization, because what they allow us to do is enroll everyone through 4 different methods, no matter what people wish to do. You can either fill out a paper form and send it in. That's a very easy way to do it. You can go on a website and fill in your information on a secure website that way. You can call an 800 number and have someone walk you through the sign-up process. Or you can do something called text to give or text to enroll, where you just take your cell phone and you text the word give or enroll to a phone number in the 518 area code that is available on our parish website. Can you believe how easy that is? And when you enroll, you get to choose not only what you want to give during the weekdays, the weekends, I should say, of Mass, our week-to-week giving, or you can further your gift by looking at all the second collections and all the holy days of obligation and adding those gifts as you wish onto whatever the giving is that you have been planning. So you can hear that this is a very big deal for us. It is a huge opportunity for us to know exactly how the gifts are going to come to us and for you to have the easiest of all options for giving. You'll never have to look for an envelope or reach for your checkbook as you're running out the door ever again. Faith Direct is a different platform than we've been using up until now. And so if you are an e-giver the way that I am now, you will need to re-enroll under Faith Direct, which we apologize for. But you will see this is going to help the parish in a very big way. You'll have a number that you can call anytime for all of your questions to be answered and all of the service that you could ever ask for to be provided. And more than that, you are going to have an organization that is really tried and true in their ability to help people who get overwhelmed sometimes by technology struggles. Do you know that Faith Direct works predominantly with people age 65 and up? Faith Direct has 60% of its givers, which is a number in the hundreds of thousands, that are 65 or older. So this organization works with thousands of parishes and hundreds of thousands of people, and the vast majority of them are people who spent most of their life without this kind of technology, and Faith Direct provides the support that helps them to get exactly what they need when they need it. So I hope you'll consider becoming an e-giver, or if you're currently an e-giver, re-enrolling in EGiving now that we're changing the platform to reach everybody in the parish no matter what. And as you're thinking about the other charities other than St. Mary's that you'd like to consider a gift for, I hope that you'll feel comfortable knowing that these comparative tools like Charity Navigator and others really allow you to be in the driver's seat of knowing my gift is going where I wish for it to go, and it is being used in a way that I feel comfortable with. May your decisions and your prayerful journey into this important part of Christian living be guided by God every step of the way, and know how grateful I am and all of us at this parish are for your incredible support. May God bless you all.